Hello everybody and welcome back. So, second hour of the new game. I've done a little bit of clearing up of stuff and I've decided that it's getting too long going back and forth to the hopper, so it's time to extend. So I'm just digging out a bit of a hole here. And then I'm going to extend the hopper work. Maybe I'll just smooth the area out a little. That didn't go very well. Never mind. I'll make it a bit better. So yeah, it will work. Okay. Just seeing how much space I got once I put this hopper in, just to see whether it would work or not still. I think it's going to. So, save wasting any more time, put it in now. Go back to sunny weather. Yeah, it gets me where I want to go. Okay. Yeah, just build the hopper to start run. Put it straight on the back. Delete the rest. This is why I always have the straights in slot 6 because I'm always deleting something after I lay one. I have decided time to cheat a little. Yeah, that's as far as we're going to get. Probably wondering why I wall these hoppers like this, but if you just join the roof edges straight to them, it can give you a bit of trouble. Though why I'm still using wood when I've unlocked concrete, I really don't know. I am an idiot. Okie dokie. Huh. Figures. It's really not worth going underground deeply into like the bedrock unless you want to get frustrated and scrape bedrock with a machine for a while until you hit level 22, because that's the point where you get the explosives you need to deal with it. Hence why I'm crawling around and messing around in dirt and bedrock, dirt and pay dirt. There is no point in moving either until you've got the bigger machines. You just want to stay up on this plateau. So yeah, as you can see, this conveyor hopper here is now tipping out into the other hopper. The other hopper's still open enough for me to use, so I can dig from both plateaus if I want to. Just gives you a bit of variance and slightly more open ability. Just keep tipping for another couple of levels, but the length of these video series will give you an idea about how long it takes to progress through levels, but admittedly at the moment I'm not into very rich material, so it's taking a little longer. I could also smooth the area out a bit more. Ah, what am I thinking? It's written in front of me there above the taskbar. I'd forgotten that. You can just smooth things out by hand. I'd forgotten about the hand smoothing tool. For quite a while there wasn't one, and I'd forgotten about it. Literally. Oh well. Should make things a bit easier. Bit of a smooth table to work on. For about 3 seconds until I spill a load. Still, if you're going to spill it where you're going to dig it. Or push it towards where you're going to dig it. That's the other move. just digging pay dirt in for sheer volume factor at the moment. Clear this step out a bit, get some driving room. There's the rich stuff. Now watch the levels start kicking up. As soon as the machinery feels that lot. Should do the job nicely. Need some cash as well. I've still got a bit of loan eating away at me. Don't like that. It's only a small interest payment, but it's annoying. I have enough debt in my life without debt in computer games. Yeah, the white stuff just hit. Lithium is definitely being unloaded. Goodbye, Bangalore. No more money robbing antics from the bank. Beautiful. Great feeling. Love it every time. Which means the bucketful I just dropped is 100% profit. It's good, it's good, it's good. Right. Let's be going for this. Do some tidying up. Some stuff out of here. Mainly played it. No bad thing. On the levels. So this bucket pull is not going to help me towards level ups. Might get rid of some of the dirt that's hanging around above the scene though, so that's no bad thing. No bad thing at all. Not sure how much doing that, smoothing that helped. Maybe a little. Never mind. Whoever said mining was tidy? Definitely not Rio Tinto. Those who live in Australia will get the joke. At least I'm not blasting it or flattening an Aboriginal cave. Rio Tinto, I'm looking at you. Pity, because they've got some really cool automated railways and stuff for moving ore, which is something I'd like to see coming to this game eventually, but that's like a long way off. Unreal 5 future multiplayer section, I reckon. That's where having your own rail cars and shifting stuff in really big amounts is going to come in much later, if it ever does, because that's my idea, not anything from anywhere. Just it'd be pretty cool to be able to lay down rails on blocks and just run rail cars. I'm a bit of a geek that way. Do enjoy a little bit of railroading. I think about what I'm going to do with my railroad in another game when I'm digging, That's what I use the digging in this game for. It's very therapeutic. I keep on saying it, but it is. It's very enjoyable. Thank you all for joining and sticking with me, all you subscribers out there, by the way. It's interesting to see how many of you there are. Quite surprised, really. Thought this was a bit of a niche game, but other people seem to have plenty of interest on it. It'll be very interesting to see. I should have a look on Steam the next time I take a break and see how many are actually playing today with the new update. It'd be an interesting thing to see. Give me something else to talk about, because I think I'm lacking in subject material. So I apologise for being a bit quiet, but to be quite honest, because of the state of the world and the state of my life, I've been keeping my head down for a while. Like serious head in the sand job. Call me an emu. But that's mainly because whenever I look about I just see all the signs of World War III in Europe, and I decide that it's probably a good idea to hide. I think there's a few Russian conscripts who agree with me right now. But yeah, what do you do? What do you do? Get all panicky about it? Run around and block the roads like just stop oil, or do you just keep digging? Personally, I'm down with just keep digging. It's the way forward. Or the way down. Or the way to a profit. Whichever way you look at it. But by getting more of this grey and white stuff, or bluey grey in the mix, we will up the XP we get by quite a lot. And profit, obviously. Plenty of profit from it as well, of course. I'm just going to smooth that lump out. That didn't go so well. Yep, half an hour in. Difference between video time and autosave time shows that I spent about 6 minutes messing around before starting the video. Just for those who are interested in numbers. My brain gets so bored, I'm sorry. Went a little bit too deep there, but I don't think it's going to matter. That's why it's not going to matter. Just stick your wheels in the hole and it helps you tip. Feel like that fish. Is it Finding Nemo? Just keep swimming. Just keep digging. Like the Earthworm Jim version. In and out. In and out. keep digging. I can't wait to get rid of this tiny truck. Get me a bigger loader. I could go in with an excavator or something, but the sheer flexibility of the loader makes it far superior to the excavator. Front scoops, maybe. I need to play with them. Due to the pace of testing and restarts, I never really got beyond level 30 is where there was a problem. But after that, yeah, I need to play with those machines a bit more. Get locked in with the lithium. It's where the level ups are. Always give yourself enough room to turn. A lot of grey stuff here. I want the white stuff. Grey stuff isn't worth as much. But there is plenty of it there, I suppose, so could look at it that way. Quantity over quality. Still starting to pump in a fair amount of cash though. That's good. Now you could get through this early part of the game by sort of spelunking, by just going out, finding the rich top points, and just digging into them with a dumper and coming back and dumping at a machine or whatever. Just depends on your style of play. Like all sandbox games, it's what you do with it. And what I'm doing here is kind of boring. At the same time, I find repetitive tasks like this a bit therapeutic, so a bit of standardisation in a rather chaotic lifestyle. Or, well, set of life circumstances. It's only a lifestyle if you choose it, right? This chose me. If I was a sort, I'd cut a Stug Life meme in at this moment. But yeah. As you can see, I'm undercutting quite well under that edge there, and you can actually tunnel with the loaders fairly effectively, as long as you're not in the rock layer. If you're in the rock layer, you can forget about it until you've got some explosives or a tunnel, because nothing else will touch it. Once you've detonated explosives on the rock, it turns into blasted stone, which is like the colour of this lithium with the grainier texture of that grey stuff, and that allows you to move it around. You'll find an example of that bedrock stone in the quarry map. It's the pink areas in the bottom of the valleys, and if you set off some anfo or something down there, you'll see it turns white, and that's a sign that it's bedrock. Otherwise, if it gets blown into dirt texture, yeah, you're probably still on either a rich deposit, or the pay dirt blows into dirt as well with some of the explosives. I haven't quite worked out which ones do what on those yet, and there might be an explosives rework at some point. I don't know. I think they kind of need it, but at the same time they work really well at the moment, so yeah. If it isn't broken, don't fix it. Things are getting ropey and cut up again, so it doesn't take long for the surface that you're working on to get a bit ropey and cut up if you're messy like I am. And I am messy. A bulldozer can help you out. The grader's quite a high unlock, I think it's level 30. But the compactor's there early on. Compactor's the thing if you want to smooth it out and keep it all proper. I could afford one now, but I'm saving my money for the 500 loader that's coming up. One more level up. Going and take a high cut. One thing to be noted when using the loaders as a good practice is to keep the wheels on the ground. If you lift the front wheels up, and it's the same with the front end of the tracks on the bulldozers, it kind of inhibits your cut. So you can't push forward, the blade doesn't really cut in. As soon as the wheels touch down, boof, all the voxels in front of the blade explode. For some reason, it's just the way it is. Over halfway now, good. Starting to get a little concerned at how long it was taking to make level 10 earlier. Things are improving now. There was quite a bit of conversation about how long it should take you to play through and get to certain levels with certain XP and that kind of thing. Yeah, I think we've got a good balance here. A couple of hours to get through to some bigger machines and upgrading. It's not too long in playtime. I don't think it's too long in playtime. After all, if you want to play with the big stuff early, go creative. But you won't have the satisfaction of earning it. So, I know that not all gamers are in gaming for the same things I am, so. Still getting up to the cash supply that you need for the big machine, which is good. Speed voxel just fell off. That's the next level and all the cash for the next machine, and it was that bucket full. Maybe the one before, but I'd say it was that bucket full. That bucket full was huge. That bucket full is also huge, but it's not as full, but not as concentrated. That's the word I'm looking for. But it was still a huge bucketful, cash-wise. You get an eye for them, and yeah, that's going to be big. Sell those bits. Yeah, low the 500. Sorry, just the arranging the bar as I wanted it. Now, to sell vehicles, they first have to be sent to the garage, so that's done through the map screen, which is this. You can drag the map around, look about, do lots of things. So, I don't want the 300 anymore, to the garage it goes. So, exit that menu, go back in, this is the garage. It's automatic on the inventory screen. And I want the 500, and then I'm going to sell the 300. Don't want it anymore. Et voila, upgrades. And what an upgrade. I do love the 500. You end up on it for a while, so it sort of grows on you. But it's a beefcake. But it reaches a bit higher, which is kind of handy. So I can get rid of those little bits that were annoying me. Much prefer this one to the 300. I don't know if it's because I've spent more time using it or what have you, but yeah, such a better machine. Either the 500 or the 510, they're both pretty similar machines. I used to swear by the 501, but I was using dump trucks then. And it's the loader for dump trucks. Not necessarily convinced of it at the moment. I will find use for it again. Definitely time for a bit of a smooth out. It's kicking the machine around everywhere. The compactor is definitely better than the smoothing tool. Might buy the compactor in a minute. But what I want is about half to 3/4 of a million in the bank, and then I can move, go down the hill a bit. Sorry about that crazy bit of camera work there. That was not deliberate. Kick some more levels up. I seem to remember there's something at level 13 that is useful. Can't remember what it is. Could be a construction part. Level 22's got the explosives. That's where we want to get to. It's the next big number for me. And it's level 37 and 40. Those are the next big tier levels. So yeah, there's going to be a fair amount of digging. I may well leave off the next video until we've made a bit of progress and I'm ready to move on. Such as if I drop down a step, I'll start another video here if I dig another layer out. But as I say, that might have made enough profit this time round to actually go straight into the next phase of expansion. Just having a bit of a play with that pile of balls, see how many I can stick onto the bucket. I think I got a fairly full bucket full there. Probably going to explode when I tip it. No? That's alright then. Sometimes if you over push the amount of voxels in the bucket, when you tip it out it explodes. It happens, well it used to happen with the dumper trucks. I need to play with the dumpers and see if they're still behaving the way I'm used to. Or whether they've improved, because this version is pretty much the final version, as far as I'm aware, of the dev build, and I never got to the dumper truck testing stage in that one. I was busy trying to work my way through the level ups. So yeah, but it's very stable and very nice. There's not as much of the lag on terrain reform that we were seeing, which is good. Yeah, I'm quite happy with this public build. It's going very well. Because essentially I'm quality testing at the moment. I'll go back to the private group with my conclusions of the public build. My conclusions are pretty cool. Thanks for all you guys who are watching out there. I hope this second section of the opening of the game shows you guys that it's easily possible to beat in sort of 90 minutes and get to level 10. It's just a matter of staying in the rich stuff. Don't process as much pay dirt as I did, sort of thing. There's other ways of doing this. Excavate a dump truck is one method. Excavate it straight into hoppers another. That works quite nicely. You can get quite a good pace going on that. But you do have to be willing to rebuild your hoppers all the time as you follow your excavator around, as it were. Excavating into piles and then with the loader, it works, but it's not very efficient. Every time you repile or remove, you're going to lose some. That's just mining, as far as I'm aware. Seems to happen in all cases. Likewise, as you dig the rich stuff out, you sort of spread it around and it's not as concentrated, so you always get the best amount out on the first cut. Because after that it's always going to be a bit of a mixed bucket. But yeah, thanks to all you viewers out there. Really appreciate your input, appreciate your subscriptions. It's all to the good. Another autosave there. It means I'm coming up on the hour and I'm running out of time. But as I say, the game is progressing. Having a pay point really makes a difference. We haven't had a building with a pay point for a couple of months, and the game lost something without it. It does definitely add to the game, and having I believe there's an XP bonus for delivering there instead of selling through just the sales boxes. which is kind of nice. I don't know if that's been put in yet, but it was an idea that was definitely being thrown around. So there's a few things going on. Keep tuning in for secrets towards the end of the videos, because that way no one else who gets, well, it's pretty much limited to those that get to the end of the video, let's put it like that. Where these secrets come out in my videos, who knows. But like anything, when you've been messing around with something for a while and it becomes public, you like to talk about it, and who knows what will drop between the cracks. Sorry, my bad. As Nigel and I would say, sorry children. Let's hope I don't get banned from China, huh? Not that I'd mind. I love China. Unfortunately, the place is too small for me. Like you can only understand it if you're 2 meters tall. It's when you get into the shower and you're looking down at the top of the shower head and mounting. It's a bad day. Always a bad day. Level 11. There we go. So yeah, you can see how the level ups start to really pound in when you get a bigger bucket. Because that's the difference between this machine and the last one. The bucket's about a third bigger. I think it's the difference between a 6-ton bucket and an 8-ton bucket. But the 8-ton bucket's volume, when you stack it up, it holds a lot more than the other one. You can also reach that a little bit higher. It's just that bigger machine, a little bit more capable. I prefer the look of the 510, but for the moment the 500's all I've got, so it still feels a hopper a lot more convincingly than the old one. So yeah, I'm going to keep on digging away here and keep grubbing out this rich stuff. Because it's all about the white and grey at the moment. Coal and lithium, coal and lithium. The grey stuff I'm digging into here, by the way, isn't coal. That would be bauxite, magnetite and that kind of thing. The coal seams, there's one over there in that hillside. There's a grey patch in the middle of the screen. And there's one on the other side of the hill. And there's one in the middle there, just between here and the plant. So that's the grey of coal. So they're all pretty similar. I may suggest to the dev that coal needs to be a darker colour. It should be black. Coal should be black. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in and watching me upgrade my machine and have a little bit of fun. Coming up on the full hour, so best end it a couple of minutes early, otherwise the copyright machine on YouTube will have a fit if it's on the exact hour. It's a nightmare, you know. If it matches the length of a documentary, you've got a real problem. So yeah, as you can see, all cached up, all sorted out. Got white stuff going in over there. Got white stuff coming out over there. Got all kinds of stuff coming out through there. That was interesting. Might have to change how these hoppers work. I think I just saw a bit of daylight robbery. And there's golden stuff and all sorts going up there. Awesome. Thanks very much, guys. Feel free to subscribe or like or leave comments. Do what you guys do. And look after yourselves, stay safe, and have a great day.